Hello, this is Judith, and I've had a couple of questions on how to do the status report. Okay, so you've all submitted your contracts. I've graded the contracts, and some of you will be resubmitting them for full credit. But we're at part 3, upload your work in progress. So let's go look at that. So regardless of where you are on the project, and you've all been assigned different parts of the project, individually, you will all upload your work in process. Okay, and so what does that really look like? Okay, so let's look at the project instructions. Some of you are looking at the company's annual report and reporting on business, customer strengths, risk factor growth opportunities for company 1 and company 2. You should have done your research by now, and now you're just kind of summarizing those points. Remember, this PowerPoint video presentation is very high level. What if you're doing governance scores? Now, under the assignment, there's a couple of other documents. So let's go look at that. Switch out to the status report. And we're going to look at the instructions. So share. All right, here's the status report. And you can see that document I was just looking at, the one I gave you guys at the exam, which is the full instructions. Here's another document. How do you get to the annual report online? Here's the PowerPoint template document. And then here is explanation of governance scores and what they mean. So that'll help you as well. There's 4 scores for each company. And probably the easiest way right now is to get those scores and create like a bar graph. Company 1, company 2, the first score, the second score, the third score, and the fourth score. So you can compare the 2 companies. Okay. Let's go back to, these are the articles, 6 articles per company. So get your articles and then summarize them. Remember, you only are going to have 2 to 3 minutes per person to speak. And you may have to divide up the speaking time among multiple people. Everyone has to speak, but you may not be able to get everything done in 2 to 3 minutes. So on these 6 articles, you're going to be saying basically, okay, the company said this about himself in the annual report, and now these articles may agree with the company or they may disagree. And so you're just very high level summarizing them, and you're going to want to list what the different sources were for your articles. Was it the Wall Street Journal? Was it Forbes magazine? And remember, you're not doing any financial analysis at this point. This is just addressing these points above. Okay. All right. If you need help with this, we have wonderful librarians. So click on this BC Library Research Guides, and it'll take you to the research guide, and there's some on business. If you want to make an appointment with a librarian, you can do that as well. And let's see if we can find that here. We have Ask a Librarian, all of that. So I recommend Felipe Anaya. He's great with business research, and he's just a great help. Okay. And let's go back to here. Maybe. Go back to this. Share. All right. Share this. All right. So those are your articles. Briefly summarize what they say. Don't write pages and pages. This is very high level. If you're the person doing what company is best, begin your writing there, what you're going to say. You're going to be addressing all these different areas. So start creating kind of a framework for that. And again, high level. If you're doing the PowerPoint presentation, use my template that I've already provided, and you're going to be loading in artwork that is specific to the two companies. So if you have Coke and Pepsi, I want to see those logos. I want to see pictures of people drinking Cokes and Pepsis, anything that relates to those companies. Okay, so that's really what I'm looking at this point for a status report. All right, let me know if you have any questions. See you later.